guys, welcome back to my channel. So I once again started a project that I thought would be like so much easier than it has been, but I found these 3 fabrics and I saw all of these together and I was like, these would just make the most beautiful quilted fabric. And I was like, it'll make such a gorgeous little shift dress. Like this, I had the vision and I was like, this is gonna be so good. So I started working on it and I made this little like diamond template and I started quilting all these pieces together on the bias. They're all chiffon. These are all chiffon. And I was like, yeah, quilting chiffon on the bias is gonna be so easy with French seams. So I've been working on making just this fabric for about a week now, but like, come on. It is stunning. It's gorgeous. Hold on. Like, don't you think this will make such a pretty dress? I think it's gonna be so pretty, but it is killing me. I literally still have just a few more seams to finish because all of this is French seamed so that none of it's going to unravel. But this is just the fabric for this dress. And the actual pattern and sewing of this dress is going to be really, really simple, so I'm just making my life really hard. But this project overall is actually just going to be really easy and beginner friendly. But for the fabric, you're going to need chiffon. And then for the lining, because it is sheer, I thrifted just this black knit dress in like the largest size I could find, and I'm going to use this as my lining because honestly, living in the middle of nowhere and Joann's closing, I'm quite desperate. So most of my linings are just thrifted these days, which I love sustainability, so I'm definitely not mad about it, but it has been quite the journey. But so yeah, I'm just going to finish up sewing these seams and then we're going to start cutting out our pattern pieces. Even though these squares are sewn on the bias of the fabric, the dress is actually cut on the straight grain still. So I'm just folding my fabric in half and cutting out my pattern pieces. And especially when working with chiffon, I definitely find it easier to use a rotary cutter because you're not having to move the fabric as much and it doesn't shift so much while you're cutting it. But just always be really careful with a rotary cutter. Every time I use mine, I like can hear my sewing teacher like yelling in the back of my head, like, get your fingers away from it. But other than that, I've been a big fan of them lately. And these pattern pieces were too big for me to really film them in a decent way. So here's just a little diagram of their measurements. This is the front piece, and the longer part is the outer layer that you're going to cut out of chiffon, but then the shorter layer is for the lining. And then here are the back pieces, and it's pretty much the same thing as we did for the front pieces. Just one of each of these. Again, the lining is shorter. And that's the pattern pieces for this. And as per usual, this is the measurements for what I cut out here, but there is also a downloadable pattern available on my website with a whole bunch of sizes that you can go ahead and print out from home. Now I'm cutting out some bias tape. And so I laid my fabric on the straight grain and then cut it at a 45-degree angle to get the exact bias. And then I just very carefully used the marks on my table to cut out 1.5-inch strips. And then I'm sewing them all into one continuous piece first thing off because I always hate doing it later. And the way you want to sew bias tape together is on the diagonal like this, which is actually the straight grain of the fabric. And this will also kind of disperse the seam allowance on the tape when you're sewing it. And then I'm just ironing out all of the seams. And I recently bought a bias tape maker, and I don't know why I held out for so long because I absolutely love it. You basically just thread it through this little thing and then pull it as you iron. And this is folding both of the raw edges into the center. And this creates single fold bias tape, but then to create double fold bias tape, which we're going to be using, we're folding it in half one more time and pressing it again. And you don't need a bias tape maker for this. I'm a big fan of them these days. It just like makes this whole process go like 4 times faster. And now for this step, you're going to need 2 yards of ribbon. It can be whatever color or width that you want. And you're going to cut 2 pieces that are 36 inches. And I like to cut the ends at a little diagonal just for aesthetic reasons. And then the other side just straight across. And then to help the edges not fray, I'm very carefully, be very careful when you're doing this at home, please. I'm very carefully just taking a lighter and going over the edges very quickly to melt the fibers together, and this will make it not fray at all. And now working with our front piece, right at the waist notch, we're going to pin our ribbon, the straight edge of the ribbon, to the front piece, pretty side to pretty side. And we're doing this on both sides of the dress. And now, because this whole dress is made out of chiffon, we're going to be doing French seams on this layer. So I'm actually going to flip my fabric so that it's wrong side up. And we're going to bring in the back piece and we're placing these wrong sides together, which is the opposite of what we usually do. And then I'm just pinning them at their waist notches first and then all the way up to the armholes and the hem. And chiffon can be a very shifty fabric, so it's important to pin your fabric thoroughly so that nothing gets all wonky while you're sewing. And then we're just going to sew this down either side with a 1/4 inch of seam allowance. But before we get to the machine, I decided to do the exact same thing with our lining pieces, but these ones do not have to be French seam, so we're just putting these pretty side to pretty side, and we're just going to sew them together down either side seam at 1/2 inch. And now on the chiffon layer, we're going to be trimming our seam allowance, so it's just under 1/4 inch. And quite frankly, my seam allowance on the first go through was way bigger than 1/4 inch, but in the actual pattern, it's 1/4 inch. And now we're going to turn the dress so that it is finally pretty side to pretty side, how we normally would do this. And we're going to pin the side seams again, so that we're basically encasing the raw edge that we just sewed. And then we're going to sew this again at 1/4 inch. And that's our very pretty French seam. And now we're going to take the chiffon layer and the lining layer and turn them both pretty sides out. And then we're going to put the lining layer inside of the chiffon layer. And we're going to pin them together all around the neckline, making sure to match up the side seams and all of the corners of the neckline. And now we're going to use a basting stitch to baste these together all around the neckline. And a basting stitch is just the longest stitch length on your machine, and these are just to hold these together temporarily. We're going to take them out later. And now I cut a piece of bias tape that will fit into the top back neckline. And we're going to open it up and we're going to pin the raw edge to the top edge of the neckline. And so we're going to pin this across and sew it right on the first fold line. And now we're going to fold it up and over, making sure that the underside is also folded up so there's no raw edges. And we're going to pin this in place, making sure to catch the front and back layers. And we're going to top stitch this about 1/16 of an inch away from the lower seam. And now we're going to do the same thing on the front neckline. But when you go around the V, you're basically just going to straighten it out and put the bias tape all across it. And it'll look kind of baggy at first, but we're going to fix that in a second. So for right now, we're just doing the exact same thing that we just did along the back neckline. So after you've sewn around the neckline, to redefine the V of the neckline, we're going to fold the dress in half, and down the center, we're going to add a few little stitches across the bias tape to redefine the V. Much better. And so now to finish up the armholes, I'm cutting 2 pieces of bias tape that are 22 inches long. And we're folding them in half, making sure to unfold like the little top edges and sew across the end. And we're going to do that on both pieces of bias tape. It's just really important that you're not twisting them by accident during this step. And now we're going to attach it the same way we did around the necklines. but we're going to pin the seam of the bias tape to the underarm seam so that they line up, and then continue pinning it to either side of the armhole. But when you get to the top edge, you're just going to leave it hanging right now because this piece of bias tape is going to become the strap in a second. And so now we're going to again fold it over to the other side, pin it in place. But now when you reach the excess bias tape, you're going to keep pinning it so that either folded edge is pinned together, and we're going to sew this in one continuous loop. And now the dress has straps. And now so that the lining layer gets cinched when we pull the ribbon on the chiffon layer, we're going to match up the side seams of the chiffon layer and the lining layer, and we're going to push the ribbon towards the front side of the dress, and we're going to add some little tacking stitches towards the other side of the ribbon, so that when we pull the ribbon towards the back of the dress, you're not going to see the stitches at all. And so I'm just doing a few little back and forth stitches just to tack these layers together. And this should again be right at those waist notches on the dress. And now the only thing left to do is to hem the dress. But when I cut out the lining layer, I kept the same hem from the old dress. So I actually don't have to hem the lining layer. But on the chiffon layer, I'm just going to fold up the edges twice and add a straight stitch all around the bottom. But before I did this, it's important to note that I did try on the dress and make sure that the hem was level, because sometimes when you're working with chiffon, things can shift while you're sewing, so you want to make sure that it's still level before you hem it. This dress has honestly been my new obsession. I absolutely adore how it came out. I think it's just like a very classy A-line dress that you can really dress it up, dress it down. I've had a lot of fun layering it like I am here. And honestly, every time I wear this dress out, I get a whole bunch of compliments. I am obsessed with how the quilting came out, but will I be doing it again anytime soon? I don't think so. It was honestly so annoying, but I love the finished product so much. So it was definitely worth it. But I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this dress, and if you're not quilting the fabric, it's super easy to make. So have fun sewing, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!